an area. The EDP documentary from Mike Klum has been doing some massive numbers lately, since it's a very high-level production that you can watch right now for free. And as someone who is not expecting much from it, I was completely blown away by it. I think Mike Klum is a fantastic...
Let's not use the term blown away in EDP. Ugh.
interviewer who knows exactly what to do in order to get answers out of people. And
oh gosh, knows exactly what to do to get answers out of people. And we're talking about EDP. Ugh.
As a result, you get a subject that should be niche to most people, only to become universally accessible. I would say he explored the subject.
Wait, is he talking about pedophilia? It should be niche to most people, I guess. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't use the term niche, but whatever.
So thoroughly to a degree that I don't think there's really anything else he could have done to make it better than it already is.
Except for not having the documentary, I mean, that would be so much better.
So I'm satisfied with it. But I've seen a number of people, such as the channel I Hate Everything, approaching it in the most bad faith way possible so they could dismiss it. And I want to...
Goat. I don't know how you can approach a documentary about a pedophile in a good faith way. I don't know.
Respond to some of it because the types of arguments Alex or I Hate Everything makes in his video have been frequently brought up, and I'm sick of seeing them go unaddressed because they don't really have any thought put into them at all.
Oh man, EDP looked like a fucking a minstrel show next to I Hate Everything.
Let's just get into the video so you see what I mean.
I went into this knowing nothing about EDP45, probably for the better. And it's interesting to talk about because, I mean, everyone's watching it. It's hugely successful already, despite this idea that it's being repressed and YouTube is limiting its visibility.
Yeah, 3 million is pretty good.
All this. You know, maybe it should. Like, I think there's something quite irresponsible about this video.
So, immediately I have issues. Because Alex is saying that a documentary encouraging law enforcement to investigate a pedophile who has shown himself to be a credible threat to numerous people with a clear breadcrumb trail for them to follow deserves to be suppressed.
I mean, it deserves not to exist because I don't think law enforcement is ignorant to the fact of EDP 445. So making the whole documentary is redundant. I mean, if he made the doc and then sent it to every law enforcement station, then I would say you have a point. But he's pretty much like monetizing pedophilia, monetizing EDP's sick nature for money.
Speaking, this is a pretty questionable stance, especially when you keep in mind that no one was harmed with this production. But
yet, I mean, you're bringing him back into the public light, and he could definitely use his fame or like notoriousness to like lure a child or something like that. Because children, if they see that you're famous, they don't care what type of fame is. There's no such thing as negative fame. So if they see that you're famous, they're more likely to be your groupie. Sick.
Let's see what Alex's reasoning for this is.
So what bugs me about this that didn't bug me about the Boogie one? Well, the Boogie stuff and the mistakes he's made sit in a different pocket to the EDP thing, I think.
Also, Boogie, to my knowledge, wasn't a pedophile. He was just pretty crappy and like stole a bunch of people's content.
We can agree on that. Lying about cancer and crypto rug pulls is one thing, but this is about being a child predator, essentially. And I don't think Mike Klum has the finesse to navigate this topic in a responsible way, or in a way that feels very productive and kind of is ironic with how it's using the subject matter to give it an air of importance in the same way that these predator catcher channels that have gotten exceedingly more popular in the past 5 years or so, which are using...
Yeah, I never liked the whole predator catcher like idea. You're monetizing pedophilia at that point. I mean, law enforcement already does this, so you don't have to be the police. You don't have to be police junior when it comes to like policing the pedophiles. Like in many cases, they actually made law enforcement job harder.
A dark, disgusting, serious issue to kind of posture that they're doing something about it because it gets everyone so upset and enraged, like rightfully. What it means is that opportunists can jump in, and he's saying that he's, giving all the proceeds of the documentary to a non-profit. And while that may be true,
I do not care. I do not care what he does with his pedo money, which he needs to show receipts if all that pedo money is going to a charity. Hopefully, it's not a children's charity, but I digress.
one, I don't really understand his funding model at all, how he's able to commit so much time. I don't know if he has like a job on the side.
And by the way, when you film like immoral stuff, like let's say you film, let's say a rape, and then you post it up on this online, and then you say, yeah, all the money that's going towards this rape, me monetizing it, will go to a charity. That doesn't make it better in my mind. Like, I don't care. Like, doing immoral stuff and then saying it's going to a charity means nothing to me.
What he's doing. And also, I highly doubt this video is monetized. I don't know how that would be possible considering some of its contents. But let's not pretend that this isn't self-serving first and foremost at the top of the pyramid. Like, everyone knows it's Mike Klum. People talk about it using his name. It is ultimately, at the end of the day, getting attention to Mike Klum using...
Yes, getting attention for platforming a pedophile who YouTube, I believe, banned.
Something fucked up and evil to build up a brand, a name, even though the documentary on its face is making out and trying to show different sides of the kind of predator catching space and what is right or wrong with it.
What Alex is doing here is questioning Mike Klum's intentions for the documentary, where he's basically calling him a grifter because he wouldn't be doing this up.
I mean, he's not really a grifter, I would say, but he is manipulating a pedophile. And instead of informing the police and trying to get this guy arrested, he's filming and documenting a pedophile and making that pedophile more famous and more likely to draw in children.
If he didn't get anything out of it, which is also the biggest point I've seen raised against him by his critics. It's kind of like how people criticize MrBeast for curing people's blindness or attempting to build and maintain clean water in Africa. And it's the most...
Yes, I'm gonna let him finish.
...inconsistent and brain-dead argument I've ever heard. Because in order to make it, you have to have complete ignorance of how the world works. Where in a system that requires us to produce marketable value in order to afford basic necessities, we're expected to be angry at the people...
Dude, MrBeast is a billionaire. He doesn't need to afford basic necessities. What the hell are you talking about? This is not somebody who's homeless who somehow can afford to heal 10,000 people and need to post it on the web to pay to like afford a house or afford an apartment. MrBeast is a multi-millionaire. What the hell are you talking about? It's not like somebody seen MrBeast do this and then they seen like let's say a homeless person do this. Well, actually, that wouldn't even be a good comparison, because if a homeless person did this, had got 10,000 people like to see or something like that, and actually monetized it, sure, it would be gross, but it would be more understandable. You need to buy basic necessities, which is what you're saying. But MrBeast is a multi-millionaire. What the hell? What basic necessities do he need to buy? He's now a billionaire. So what the fuck are y'all talking about?
Who have made a living using their talents to help other people. How does that...
Talents, I mean, is... what talents is it getting somebody else to heal somebody else for clout? That's not really talents or anything like that. That's manipulating the poor. And I always think that MrBeast was whoring out the poor. When you gave people money on the streets who were homeless, you're whoring out the poor. Now, sure, they accepted the whoring, but hell, if you give a homeless person money, you can piss on them. Would that be okay? Would just pissing on a homeless person be okay because you gave them money?
make any sense.
Number one, envy's a hell of a drug. So get off the crap.
So is sucking dick. Like, what are you like, dude? This nigga is Chank. So I would expect this nigga to absolutely just go around and just support a billionaire. Like, damn, like envy's a hell of a drug. So is dick riding and dick sucking. Like, oh my gosh.
Of envy. And it's here, I got 2 words you should say to MrBeast. Thank you.
Why would I say thank you to him? He didn't heal my blindness. I think it's disgusting. I wish he did this on the low without any cameras. So it could be a personal thing between the receiver and MrBeast. Not blow somebody's face up to millions of people just to get clout and money.
1,000 people can see that because of what he did. They couldn't see before. There's a kid who never saw.
And he could have done this without the camera because he's a multi-billionaire, a multi-hundred millionaire. He could have done this without the camera. And that's the point. He's only doing this because he can put this and broadcast this on YouTube. The money he spent making 10,000 people heal, he's getting it back 20,000 times now. And he's manipulating the poor. I wish he'd done this without the camera. But no, he couldn't have done this without the camera because he's whoring out the poor. It's not coming from his heart. It's coming from his wallet. And that's the point.
And now he sees the world.
And then you have this old black woman throwing herself on the ground because her white savior gave her a little bit of money.
Are you insane to criticize that?
No.
There's people who are now lost their sight, couldn't work anymore, impoverished. Now,
okay, cool. He could have healed them without the camera. If anything, thank the camera because that's the only reason why he did this.
Can go back to work. I'll go on and on because there's 1,000 of those stories. They couldn't see it, now they can.
Okay, cool. Jesus Christ did it first 2,000 years ago.
You want to criticize that?
Yes.
Oh, it's something about material world, and I've got verbal diarrhea here, and I think I'm so smart.
Yes, you are. You do have verbal diarrhea with all this shit you're coming out your mouth. And also a little bit of cum, because you're sucking off MrBeast so hard.
Words to make an incredibly kind gesture look evil?
It's not an incredibly kind gesture if it's done with a camera. You're just whoring out the poor at this point.
No, you're a loser, okay? And so go
No.
cry about that.
And in the case of Mike,
No, I'm sorry. But either way, you're whoring out the poor when you do something for them in front of a camera. And by the way, I'm not envious of MrBeast in any way. For real. Like if I wanted to like make 10,000 people see, I would just become like an eye doctor or some shit like that. I wouldn't just grab a cam and then whore them out to millions of people. Like personally.
Plum, he is using his talents to not only expose a pedophile, but to also educate.
Dude is already exposed. Like he's overexposed. This is overexposure. Everybody knows he's a pedophile. Like the courts know, the police know, YouTube know. That's why he's banned. But I'm gonna stop it right here. This is just glazing of getting money from a pedophile, and also glazing MrBeast the billionaire, who couldn't have done this without the camera. He did it with a cam, so I think it's a scam. But please like, subscribe, and I'm